paper magic will survive like the heat death of the universe, and will...
Oh, it's a smuggler's copter. Would you like to crew this? And then it crashes because they don't understand arithmetic.
All your cards belong to me.
2 minutes into macing him in the eyeballs, I switched to pepper spray. He's like, it's downright refreshing. And went back to the mace.
Magic is dying. I'm done. Selling everything.
I might be a hoarder. And yes,
I don't have the crayons or glue to explain this to you right now.
What, are you gonna die twice?
Oil will be worthless before magic cards will.
well, okay, Dr. Man.
That's Mr. Dr. Professor Jason.
Hello, everyone. Welcome in to Brainstorm Brewery. As you can hear, I am recovering from the flu, but I'm playing through the pain. I am here. I am podcasting. I am joined by DJ and Cass, and we are here to talk about what interests everybody as we head into the year 2026, and that is Muppets. Did you know they're relaunching the Muppet Show?
I did not know that. I saw the Muppet Lorwyn preview thing. That was a thing that I'm sure people enjoyed. Not my cup of tea, but I'm sure that plenty of people liked that.
DJ's being a hater while also acknowledging that it was f***ing awesome.
So here's the thing about Jim Henson Company and Brian Henson's his son's name, right? I think that's his name, Brian
Couldn't
Henson.
tell you.
It seems like it's the exact opposite vibe of the Studio Ghibli thing, where like Miyazaki's his name is just like, son, do anything else, you're worse than me, you suck, you suck, you suck. And on the other side, you got Jim Henson's kid who's making these things, who's just like, yeah, I'm as good as I ever was. I'm as good as my dad ever was. It's a good vibe. How can you not like Muppets, DJ?
I don't know. I guess I'm just a hater.
That's not the direction I went with that. I was going to say that I've noticed that there was a really cool theme in sports last year where things kind of went retro. Like they brought back Rich Eisen to host Sports Center, and he did a full throwback 90s episode of Sports Center with the music. It was awesome. When they brought back the NBA on NBC, they went back to the very famous 90s, 80s, 90s basketball jam that, you know, is trademarked by NBC. Lots of retro stuff going on. And then I see that they're bringing back the Muppet Show, because I guess no one knows what a Muppet is, because it's been 30 years since a Muppet Christmas Carol or whatever, and no one's cared about that stuff in this millennium. And they realized that, hey, we have this IP floating around, I guess we're going to try it. So they're relaunching the Muppet Show.
And
who
also
knows?
because PBS
Maybe that
is
stuff
getting
hits.
its throat slit in the back of an alley.
Yeah, it might actually be like a chicken egg situation where like PBS might be getting its throat slit in the back of an alley because, you know, market share, or it might be the other way around. Maybe it's the good way. Who's to say?
So, you know, the Muppet Show. And then Wizards drops this insane trailer for Lorwyn that is full on musical of Muppets singing a banger song, I have to say. And I believe it is now the second most viewed Magic trailer ever.
The first one is the
War of the Spark, probably?
I believe it is War of the Spark.
Fascinating. I wonder if that's just from people searching in the end Linkin Park and then getting to there from that.
The War of the Spark.
When you go to bed and you leave on the Naruto AMV, anything can happen.
Just for reference, the War of the Spark trailer has 14 million views. Wow. The Lorwyn trailer, which as I said, I believe is number 2 all time.
And it was uploaded recently.
Sure, of course. 7 days ago, it's at 4 million views. 3.9 million.
Where's the Throne of Eldraine one? That's my favorite.
Is that the...
Let's see. That one was very popular.
That's 10 million views.
Is it the cookie one?
Yeah. That one's at 10 million.
Oh, that must be number 2.
So
I must
Corbin
have had that stat
just
slightly
lies
wrong then.
Daily as part of his persona.
I
4 million in a week
clearly
is
read the
like-
title of that particular thing wrong.
4 million in a week is better than 10 million over 6 years. Like, let's be clear.
I understand.
Yeah, I think it was the title of the post is likely a at this point in time kind of thing, right?
Right.
That said, if I could sort, I wish you could sort by most views on. Oh, you can, as it turns out. So this will be a fun little trivia for everyone at home. The top Magic the Gathering YouTube channel videos ever is not what I expected. So clearly that stat I just read was about, you know, at this point in its life cycle. Because if we start at the A Boggart Ballad, 3.9 million views, released a week ago. That just trails the March of the Machine cinematic at 4.3 million views, released 2 years ago. So it's clearly on track.
The Machine one? I don't know what that was.
It's
like
a
2-minute trailer of Elspeth fighting Phyrexians.
Oh, I do remember that. That was
it's like the world tree invading the plains or whatever.
Yeah, and then it cuts when like Elspeth is about to stab Elishnorn or something like that.
Yeah, they put the spoiler in the trailer.
Oh, sure. I see Karn. I've never seen this one. Elspeth looking all badass.
The new
anyway, but that one. What's crazy is that one
was peak.
That one is. I don't want to upset anyone. I don't know what things cost. In my opinion, making that thing like it's like 90 seconds of content or whatever. I don't know if that costs more or less than it does to produce this entire Muppet thing. But it's pretty cool. We get to see Elishnorn doing her sexy thing there. I mean, her Phyrexian thing there.
2019 both had the War of the Spark and the Eldraine one. And 2019 was kind of like the big hurrah of WotC trying to be esports. True. And it's like they were putting real money into marketing. And now they're putting real money into marketing because they're growing as a company because they've actually managed to capture a larger player base.
Correct. Not to get too inside baseball here, but I do happen to know that not only were streams, view botted or whatever you want to call it, where they embed the stream in other places to get numbers up, there was also a lot of effort around that time to game YouTube in all of Magic, not Wizards, right, specifically, but they put a lot of effort at that time into this sort of thing. So moving up the list here, the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty official animated trailer from 3 years ago has 4.5 million views.
Lower than I thought for that one.
Yeah, because this one is incredible. This is like a full-on anime. Yeah, that thing is cool as hell. I don't. They might be disappointed that one didn't perhaps perform a little better, but that got 4.5 million views. Somehow the Phyrexia All Will Be One official cinematic trailer, which is more just like animated card art than anything else, is at 4.6 million views. Working our way up the list here. Interesting. The official Kaldheim cinematic from 4 years ago has 5 million views.
Well, keep in mind, when the Kaldheim cinematic came out, nobody had anything to do except for watch YouTube videos.
Correct. 4 years ago, yes. And you know what? This one was pretty cool. This is it's, again, short, but like it's minute 17, like 77 seconds max there of content. But it is pretty cool. The Streets of New Capenna official cinematic from 3 years ago, also at 5 million views. Very interesting. And then rounding out the list here, at the top, the Theros Beyond Death trailer had 9.9 million views from 6 years ago. The Throne of Eldraine trailer had 10 million views. The Dawn of the Phyrexian
doing? What was...
Do what?
What was the Theros Beyond Death one?
Let's click on this and find out. It's 2 minutes. Oh, this is where they go into Nyx. This one was cool. They go into Nyx. I believe this is... You see Elspeth floating around down there, right? She sees Ashiok. She's getting all pulled down and shit. Yeah, it says escape your fate. That was definitely when they were at, like, sort of max YouTube era.
This one was good.
There's the Throne of Eldraine trailer after that at 10 million views. The Dawn of the Phyrexian Invasion Dominaria United trailer. This was your Magic 30 celebration. This is a pretty cool one with Teferi. I remember this one. This was when Teferi was running around doing time shit, for Brothers War. Interesting. I won't lie. A lot of this seems more driven by the YouTube algorithm than anything else here. The Zendikar Rising official trailer has 14 million views. This one is pretty cool. Looks like
that one was cool, but you didn't have any idea what was going on.
Yeah, it was more like a cool animation.
MacGuffin that Nahiri was going for, and it was just a very...
Then the War of the Spark, the famous War of the Spark trailer at 14 million. And this will shock some people perhaps, but this is DJ was right. We called it earlier. This is all a function of the pandemic here. But the Crimson Vow official cinematic trailer from 4 years ago has 19 million views.
That one was
and
very good. That one was
the
incredible.
and the top viewed trailer, the top viewed channel on all of the Magic the Gathering YouTube channel is the Innistrad Midnight Hunt official cinematic.
That one was also good. That was like the kids in the the orphans or whatever, right? Like in the orphanage.
Yeah, but these are pretty cool.
For my money, the trailers that are like very character focused miss for me. The ones that are straight vibes rock. Like the Lorwyn trailer is just vibes.
The Lorwyn trailer is amazing.
The Theros, the Throne of Eldraine one, just vibes. The Brothers War one is just a Johnny and Teferi talking in front of a time machine, and like that does nothing for me.
You're absolutely right, Cass. That is.
Why was the Brothers War one not like a giant mech, like a giant Urza mech fighting a bunch of like I don't know jaguars or something, and then Phyrexians show up?
Yeah, or just like just a war machine uprooting a forest and like like Multani going all like.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be too hard on these top viewed trailers ever, but they look like a video game engine rather than a custom cinematic, if that makes sense. You know, it feels like I'm watching a pre-made cutscene inside of Resident Evil more so than I'm watching like the Wrath of the Lich King.
Some cutscenes are just better than movies, though.
It's not about that. It's about the quality of the animation, right? It's just.
It feels out of place for Magic. Have y'all ever seen the music video? And I know the answer is no, but have you ever seen the music video for the song "Bullets" by Creed?
I have not.
I'm sure I played that on my CD player in 2006, but
it's made in like a PS2 Unreal Engine type thing, and it's like all the members of the band as like fantasy characters fighting some I don't know monster, and that's the vibe that I get from like the War of the Spark, the Theros Beyond Death, and the Brothers War one, where it's like it's a little bit too Bullets by Creed for me.
You know, Bullets by Creed is the message you leave.
Elspeth is an allegory for Jesus. I see where you're going with this.
Of course.
Well, that was a fun little rabbit hole I didn't know existed. Which is to say, you should go check out the Lorwyn Eclipsed trailer because it is a fun Muppet, song, right? It's a full-on 3.5-minute song. It's pretty cool. I'll also just say this on the record. I think it is awesome that somebody at Wizards is signing off on this, right? Yeah. Someone is like, yes, let's cut a check to work with the Jim Henson Company and Muppets for our Lorwyn trailer that no one really cares what everyone just wants to see the spoilers. They just want to see the cards. Just give me the deck list. And yet they signed off on that. And then obviously that a lot of creative work clearly went into that, right? You can tell. And not to shit on any of the, cutscene trailers here, but I just feel like the human power behind each of those is like, it's cool that the creatives are getting to really kind of go crazy there.
Think of it this way. When they release Marvel superheroes or whatever, right? They don't need to spend a bunch of money on marketing. They're spending it on licensing already. And, Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Holland have been doing their marketing for years.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a Magic IP set, I feel like they are really incentivized to just, like, put the pin on the check, write the big number, and make it happen. Because how many people got in through Final Fantasy or are going to get in through Marvel who are going to see this video and be like, oh yeah, Magic stuff's actually cool too. Like, this is the stuff that converts players to Magic proper just from Universes Beyond.
Yeah, it gives them something to love, right? Like the idea that you can like really vibe and love this trailer, and that's there's a lot of video game cutscene trailers out there. And Magic's not a video game, so like, good for them. And maybe go watch the Muppet Show. I don't know. We were going to talk about how expensive Mox Opal is because it's pushing $200. As we found out pre-show, a site not seen since Tarmogoyf was $200 like 10 years ago. Quite the time we live in.
Yeah, I was looking for a pick of the week, and I just stumbled on the fact that I was selling Mox Opals at $180. And that card is a 4 of in a legal format nowadays, and that's, I mean, obviously Legacy has plenty of cards that are above that. Mox Opal is a multi-format all-star from CEDH to Modern to Legacy to Vintage to etc, etc, etc. It was good in Standard. It's been good in any format it's ever been legal in, really. And I was looking at the set release schedule for this year and just not really seeing where it would get a real reprint. Like, can it go on a bonus sheet as a special guest? Maybe. Would it be very rare and maybe even drive up the price like other special guests sometimes do? Maybe. Like, where do you put Mox Opal in a year without in a year without Masters sets or like, do we get like a Mirrodin remastered? Is that the answer?
Well, like, we had Chrome Mox, and obviously it's a different league or whatever. We had Chrome Mox and Aether Drift as a special guest. I don't see why you couldn't have a Mox Opal special guest in, like, Reality Fracture or whatever. Or, I mean, even, they don't do special guests for the Universes Beyond sets, do they?
I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
I mean, like, we get the other bonus sheets, right? We get, like, Sephiroth as Atraxa. That's the answer.
Right.
And, like, those tend to affect prices more so than special guests.
You could have Mox Opal as Starfleet Communicator, or you could have Mox Opal as, like,
I was thinking as a turtle,
a random
manhole.
Infinity Stone.
A turtle manhole cover. Mox Opal.
Sure.
Whatever suits you, yeah.
Yeah, I could see it, but, like, also Chrome Mox is more expensive now than when it was a special guest in Aether Drift, so, like, I don't know.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. Mox Opal is also popular. I think that these affinity decks in, like, Modern and Legacy are just kind of dog water, but people love them.
I'm gonna say something else on the topic of play, because we were talking about card prices and the idea that, well, people must be playing Modern for this to be moving this much, right? I see Standard prices move literally week to week with developments in Standard. Someone out there is playing Standard, you guys. I just want to put that on the record for everyone listening.
A lot of people are playing.
It's
Atlanta had more players than I thought it would. I was at the Spotlight Avatar in Atlanta this past weekend, and I believe the player count was somewhere in the sub 800, which is not, like, groundbreaking, but also I expected a lame duck Standard format in the middle of winter post-holidays to do significantly worse. Especially with a really bad promo. Like, I was gonna have this on the docket too, but God, that Day of Black Sun promo, arguably one of the worst event promos they have ever done, rivaled only by maybe like Gideon Ally of Zendikar in 2023 or something like that.
It's
like,
a high bar,
what
though,
are
DJ.
we doing?
That foil's also still like $150. Like, that's the worst part. It's like, this is worse. No, the Gideon.
Oh, like, yeah, we were also paying $100 for the foil Day of Black Sun, but, like,
right.
That feels so bad to a player who was like, I guess I'll go to Atlanta and not Houston, where they gave out $3,000 Aeriths. Like,
That's not true. That's not a fair comparison.
Why?
Because, are you talking about the Riftbound event?
No,
Didn't that
Aerith.
Oh, I apologize.
Yeah,
so that's RC
event
versus
Houston
Spotlight.
in October.
I thought you were talking about the other game, and I was going to say that shit sold out, or they would be there. No, you're right.
The RC promos are always a little bit better these days, I've noticed, or at least when
They
they're
should
trying Universes
be.
Beyond. I agree.
Because the Spotlight a little peek behind the curtain here. The Spotlight advertising is supposed to be that each one is unique, each one is branded, each one has a different prize. Like last year, the winner of one got to design a secret lair, or they have a special trophy, you win the gauntlet thing. Like that kind of thing is supposed to be a little bit of what sets the Spotlight series apart. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of discourse.
It didn't have to be an Aerith, but it certainly had to be a borderless card that is a legendary creature from Avatar that had more unique art. Look at the art for, like, Black Sun Zenith in Avatar and then Day of Black Sun promo. Like, what
Day of Black
we
Sun
doing?
is like $75, right?
What?
The promo one?
The Day of Black Sun promo?
It
I don't-
may be $10. It may have
It's
some
six-
listings
it's-
on TCG Player for $75 right now, but like I promise
The-
you, within a few
it's
weeks it will be
60.
sub 30 or sub 40. Like it is.
Okay.
A heinous-
Low listing
live
is
listings.
62.
Live listings. Listen, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 available at 70 or below. There are 7 available at $80.
How many
That's
completed
the
sales?
entirety. That is the entirety
There
of
are-
the stock.
There are 7 completed sales since 2 days ago, averaging, if I had to guess off the cuff, like $75.
There are fewer than
feel
15
bad for whoever
copies.
bought those.
There are fewer than 15 copies of this card in any version listed on TCG Player.
Right, because
That
like,
is-
currently when we're recording, like people are just getting home and still like sleeping off the event. Like that.
I do
only-
see this
What
card
should a
being...
promo be? What you're talking about? What are we doing here? Like, how much? How do we have to fold the $20 bills before it's worth playing in an event? Like, it's a promo.
I think realistically, DJ is correct that this card is like $10 to $15 long term, just as like the demand for it's not there, people don't know it exists. That said, I actually do just kind of think a $20-ish promo is fine for a GP. I think the RC promos need to be held to a higher standard, though, which I
I
believe
will
they're
say
doing.
the Card Kingdom buy list on Day of Black Sun is $19. So the idea of it being $20 to $40 is probably correct here. And I'm not even
Dragon
arguing
Lord
against.
Silumgar is another allegory here.
I'm not even arguing,
card
but
is
what does it have
$20.
to be worth? What is wrong with a $20 promo?
I do think for GPs that is fine. And to be clear, I'm on Corbin's side a little bit here. Like,
We used to get those lightning bolts that were worth like $10 and people were thrilled.
yeah.
Like,
I think the card for a spotlight for the set should be more emotional. Even if you're saying like regardless of the price, should be more emotionally resonant and collectible.
I mean,
I'm with you
Collectible
on
being
that.
the keyword here.
that is like
I'm
a
with you on
pivotal
that.
moment in the story, right?
I also would say that they
Yeah.
tried to target a card that is likely to get played, and this was choosing the Wrath is probably a pretty.
So make
it's a
it pretty
reasonable.
borderless. The card you cannot tell the card's
I'm not disagreeing with any of that. But like the idea that a card that currently retails for $60+ is a insulting promo to me is crazy. Like, we're supposed to be playing the game to play the game for the glory.
I think price is the start of this conversation, but like the meat and potatoes of it is the card does not feel special or collect. Like the lightning bolts we got were full art, right? They were.
They
full
looked
art,
good. They
cool.
looked better than this, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Dragon Lord Silumgar that is very bad was also borderless. Like this card has a regular magic frame, and is near indistinguishable from just a card on the bonus sheet that is like Black Sun Zenith.
It's impossible to distinguish anything, right?
Wow.
Like, if you show me some cool, you could show me the, obviously not this, but like the super expensive dark rituals that there's 4 of in the world. And I'd be like, oh, that's a neat secret lair. What is that worth? Like $20? It's
Sure.
like,
But it sparks joy for you. I don't think you can call this a neat looking card.
yeah, I agree with that.
I do
and
think-
the art's pretty dull, unless it looks incredible, but it's non-foil.
It does not.
so-
One of the things Magic has struggled with is making cards look special. Part of why I think the Cosmic Soulstone was so impressive was it actually was like materially looked different than every other Magic card ever before it. And I think the Chocobos kind of had that a little bit, the gold one especially.
But like part of that is what's so frustrating is that like they do hit. They know
They
how
can,
to do
yeah.
it sometimes, and it's not consistent. Like the raised foil Dragon's Rage Channeler is like what, like $50 or $80. Card looks friggin' insane. Card is so cool. There are plenty of Secret Lair cards out there that look amazing. There are plenty of prize cards out there that look amazing. Like plenty of wow factors, and then sometimes they just choose not to do it. And like it might be a licensing thing, whatever. Like, but the Baltimore Spider-Man is also just like in the same boat, just like
Yeah, I would say
cannot
that
be a promo.
the biggest complaint that most people seem like that I would say is the biggest shared complaint about all the promo stuff like this is that it's inconsistent. You go from getting Urza Saga Store Championships or whatever to getting the Laughing Jasper Flint that everyone was memeing on. Even if we agree in principle that that's like a $5 to $10 card, that's a fine promo for an LGS event. Price wise or whatever. It's just the inconsistency among all of it does seem to lead to a lot of feel bads. Do you think that they've gone too far? We got Store Champs promos and Commander League promos and this league promos and
They're
Avatar
reining
promos.
in pre-release
and-
promos, which I'm a big fan of. Lorwyn is the first set that is removing date-stamped pre-release promos, which
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people message me and give me condolences and be like, "Oh, is the Garth deck ruined now? Like, are you unable to add new cards?" Which, like, yes, the card pool of things I can add to it is smaller now, but that is good overall because it means I get more of my life back from, like, misfiling cards cataloging or, like, just cards that it's a whole pile of sorting that just doesn't need to happen anymore. Like, it is good overall. Next up on the guillotine, like the death knocking at the door meme with the blood under the door. Next up, promo pack symbol coming for you.
Yeah, the promo pack symbol can go. I didn't know that about the pre-release.
You get a foil rare of that card in your...
But it's just a generic foil rare now.
Indistinguishable from a regular pack, yes.
There's so many. The first thought that came to my mind there is, damn, do you remember when pre-releases used to be this giant deal you traveled for, and it was a huge deal to do well at a pre-release against hundreds of other people, and now there's such a non-event that you don't even get a stamp.
I remember at the Return to Ravnica pre-release, it wasn't even a regional one. It was like off the tail of the regional pre-releases happening, whatever, a couple years later. But the Return to Ravnica pre-release, I won a case of that set.
Yeah, you could go. It was so different.
There was a cut to top 8, and we played a top 8 out, and it was sweaty.
Yeah,
it
but
was
you know,
awesome.
The thing is, we were serious players then, right, whatever, and we were just farming the people who only show up for pre-release.
I think
That's
I've
why
told
we
my
remember
Return to
them as
Ravnica
such good
pre-release
events.
story on this podcast, but I will do it again. I picked Golgari because that was what my astrology chart said to, and big Golgari fan, etc. Love playing Black Green. I opened 3 Goblin Electromancers and 2 Sphinx's Revelations. Played all of them. Went Jeskai, went 4-0 or whatever, just crushed everyone with Sphinx's Revelation. Then immediately traded those Sphinx's Revelations away when they were $5 because I thought Mind Spring was bad. It was just good and limited.
Oh, rip.
It's like, oh, this
It
card's
took a
going to
little
be
bit
like
for...
a bulk rare, right? It's just a powerhouse
enough,
limited because
Mind
like
Spring was
Mind Spring
actually-
is
Mind Spring was
great
playable.
and sealed,
Yeah,
whatever.
Mind
It's
Spring
just
saw real play.
Yeah, Mind Spring was playable back then, too. That's a most unlucky
One of my
card of that
favorite
format.
standard decks of all time was the blue-green Turbo Land with Mind Spring and like Oracle.
Land.
But historically, if you add 1 white mana to your spell and say gain some life, that makes it worse. I'm just saying.
That deck was that deck was conceptually Uro before Uro existed.
Oracle of Moldiah is like, you put that card into play and all of a sudden you're having 10 times the fun you were having before.
On turn 3 with your Lotus Cobra.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff. All right, speaking of good stuff, it's these breaking bulks.
Breaking bulk time.
Is it breaking bulks or
excellent
breaking
transition.
bulk?
It's Breaking's bulk. I have an Urza Saga. I gotta check the rarity. I'm pretty sure it's a common. I have an Urza Saga blue common.
Bobble.
Corbin, that's Urza's Gears, by the way. You have to translate for
Yep. I do
Urza's
appreciate
Gears blue common.
Talarian
Propaganda.
It's not propaganda, that's Tempest. What'd you say, DJ?
Wins? Talarian wins?
No.
I know that card.
Prosperity is Visions, I think.
Hapless Research, that's Nemesis.
That's Odyssey.
Whatever.
I think
same
Abjure is Weatherlight.
thing. Ooh, Abjure is
Yeah.
fun one.
I'm sure. Abjure's a good card name.
Yeah, it is.
Urza's Saga Blue Common. Disruptive
Recall.
Student?
No. Neither of those.
Is that a good guess, though?
No.
Okay.
Really kind of like depends on how you see the alignment chart. Like it's like Disruptive Student's like here and this card is like here. It's like only 2 panels away.
Your guess sucked.
Coming from the guy who barely didn't guess a Shards of Alara common today. Like, let's be real.
One of the
give me
many
time.
facets of Disruptive Student is featured on this card. It could just be that it has power or toughness. Could just be that it costs 1 or 3.
Does this do something to your hand?
Or it
size?
has Teferi on it.
No, I mean I'm calling it.
That's fair.
It counters
yeah,
a
GG.
spell. It counters an artifact or enchantment spell. It's a null.
A null?
Yeah.
Seen playing standard now to fight the Is It Lessons deck. Karkin will pay you $1.80
Wow.
on a near
what
mint copy of
pick.
the null. They're selling it for $4. I know because I went to go buy Is It Lessons cards for myself today.
Yeah.
Really excited for Steam Vents. And I paid Card Kingdom $4 per copy for Old and Knowles because I'm going to play with the OGs.
There are a lot for people curious. Aren't there a bunch of printings of a Knoll? Yes.
There are.
There are. None of them are worth anything except for the Urza's copies, which are worth $3 to $4.
If you're a true grinder,
Pre-modern.
if you are a true bulk machine, CK will give you around 3 to 5 cents for most of them.
Ooh, let's go.
Yeah.
I always run into that equation when you pull something like a Knoll in your Card Kingdom pile and you get all the way to the point of typing it in and seeing that they will pay you 3 cents. Do you then click that button and then have the 3 cent Knoll in your buy list pile, or do
Absolutely
you throw it away?
not.
Yeah. I do every time. I already did the work of typing it in.
I agree with Cass.
I will list it on my store for like
That's
a quarter
worse.
or 50
That's
cents.
worse.
Probably 50 cents.
No, that's worse.
See, DJ, that's the difference between you and me is I'm lazy.
It's trash can. For me, it's do I throw it in the trash can because what am I doing with my life by listing 3 cent cards? Or is it I've already done the work, I may as well put it in there to fill out a box.
But
Well, here's the real
you're
thing
adding
is,
more
I don't-
work for yourself because then you have to like sort it properly into the buy list.
Exactly.
Here's the thing is I don't type the cards in manually anymore. I use the buy list upload tool from sponsor of this
Ooh,
podcast, mtgband.com.
True.
I don't. The Knolls don't even get near the buy list for me. They just stay in the bulk box.
But
So I'm
yes,
built
you
different. I
can-
have more superior data tools. That can be their new slogan. Don't use that one. That sounds bad.
You should check out MTG Band, though, the generous sponsor of this podcast, for these tools, because it is the best place to go look up all of these numbers we're talking about, whether we're talking about Urza Saga's a Knoll or Kaldheim and Knolls, and what you may or may not be able to hate yourself for selling them for.
Also of note, the World Champs deck of Knoll, 65-cent buy list.
Oh yeah, those are rare. It is hard to find that.
All right, I'll jump in here. I have one in honor of that Mox Opal we were talking about earlier. This is an uncommon colorless card from Scars of Mirrodin that's worth money.
Palladium
A
Mirror.
quarter shield.
No and no.
Mirror
Palladium Mirror
Galvanizer.
is worth money, but that's not what it is.
Necropede.
No. All good guesses, but no.
Uh,
I am talking about the
Corpse
third most expensive uncommon in the set.
Third most expensive uncommon in Scars of Mirrodin. Colorless.
is Culling Deus and Scars of Mirrodin?
Yes.
That is not it. What's funny is you've actually not named the 2 most expensive colorless uncommons.
Icramir?
Icramir is not it. That's a common.
Icramir's Mirrodin Besieged, or Plague Mirror, you mean?
Plague Mirror.
Ichor Claw Mirror is a common in Scars of Mirror.
That's
Oh,
what I was
true,
thinking,
yeah.
And it is not bulk. It is like 80 to 90 cents. $10 foil. But it's not that.
I love Scars of Mirrodin. What a good set.
Throne of
Yeah, I
Geth.
played a lot then. Not Throne
That's
of Geth.
Besieged. Or Phyrexia, maybe?
I
Nope,
think
Throne of Geth is also
Scars.
in Scars of Mirrodin.
Is it? Oh,
It
you're
is
right. No, it
50
is. You're
cents.
right.
I'll give you the freebie. This was not my pick, but, well, actually, they're both equipment.
Grafted Exoskeleton is not in Scars,
Grafto
is it?
Exoskeleton
Yeah, it is.
is number 1. That was not my pick, but that
Yeah.
is number 1. That card is $5. It's a $40 foil. It's the most expensive uncommon in the set, followed by Viridian Revel. I'm talking about the card that comes after that. It's $2.
He said it's an equipment.
Yep. And
Is
you
it a
have heard
quarter
of it.
shield?
Nope.
No.
It's kind of skull clampy.
Oh, it's the infiltration lens.
Yeah.
I claim no
$2.
points for that one. Corbin led us there.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's a good one. Infiltration lens, 1 mana to play, 1 mana to equip.
I
When your equipped
remember
creature becomes
buying
blocked, draw 2.
these, pre-ordering these for probably like $4 or something. I don't know, from
it was a big deal back
probably MTG First or Card Shark or something, thinking this was the next Skull Clamp. I was like, either your creature's unblockable, or you draw 2 cards. This
Well,
is
you see,
insane.
when you put it on your infect creature,
Yep.
it was all there. The pieces were all there, just like Splinter Fray. All right, DJ, what do you got?
I also have a colorless card from a set that cares about artifacts, and that is Modern Horizons 2. And
there's more coming, I hope.
the card is a common, and this is its only. It was its first printing, not its only printing, but this is a MH2 original.
Okay, and what color is it?
I said colorless.
Colorless.
Ah, okay, colorless, uncommon.
Colorless
MH2 is
common.
kind of a blind spot.
Colorless
it is a common.
common?
Black accessible.
Jesus, man.
Modern Horizons 2 is the one with subtlety and friends.
Yeah. But I'm not sure there's
Is
any
it-
good modular cards.
Is this going to be the first Breaking Bulk in forever where nobody guesses anybody's pick?
Nettle cyst.
No,
That's a rare. You got me thinking.
I don't recall opening a single pack of that set.
Same. Just for good measure, I'm gonna guess. I don't remember the name of the card. I was gonna say the Arcbound Flying Creature, but that's not in the set.
What is it? Ornithopter of Paradise.
No.
That would be a good guess.
That would be a good guess.
Yeah, I got nothing, man.
This is Drossforge Bridge. I would have accepted any of the artifact lands,
Okay.
but these are a cycle of indestructible artifact lands that are basically guild gates, and they're very, very good in Pauper, and also reasonable picks in Commander because they do just be artifacts. That is just a thing that they are, is artifact lands.
Commander lands, by the way, if you all aren't deep in the pre-con life, you don't know this. They take lands that used to be $5, and it's not like, oh, it's $1 now. It's like this card is 7 cents now.
Oh yeah, look at any of the most of the Eventide lands, the filter lands. Just most of them are true bulk, and then Sunken Ruins is just hanging out at like 18 or something like that.
Yeah, but it is insane how many and I don't want to say the wrong ones, but some combination of filter lands or this land or that, all these different lands that used to just be they're true bulk. It's insanity.
Yes, every now and again I will spot check the Roka because I will sift bulk
Yes.
rares and be like, "There's no way Twilight Mire got sent to the mines," and it did. It
Yeah.
did.
I paid
And,
$40 for a Twilight Mire forever
They
ago.
used to be so.
Yeah.
They were so pretty. They looked.
Forge Bridge gets you 7 Twilight Mires in this economy. That is.
We
that
used
is
to
the world
live
we
in a
live
society. Now it's 38 cents for Commander Tarkir Dragonstorm Twilight Mire.
And if you
oh
are
my
going for
God.
the retro frame one, because the Brothers War had Commander precons that were all retro bordered, it was Urza versus Mishra. Drossforge Bridge's retro frame printing is around $3. So that Commander deck, being all retro, has some very, very strong EV calcs. And let me just do a live, hang on, what is the... And if we go to mtgband.com, if we go to the Sealed tab, if we go to Mishra's Burnished Banner, which is certainly a name they could have picked for that deck, I get all the data here. CK charges $85 for this precon. CK will buy this precon for $55, and then you get 30% bonus in trade, so that's a pretty good margin. And the EV calc, which is the most important part, is $59. So if you find this precon at your LGS or at Walmart or at Amazon or something for anything below $50, you should just buy it because it is a good value, and then you should crack it and slice open the contents, or you just list it on TCG Player for $80 because Ban also gives you the information that the precon is $80. So Drossforge Bridge is a card you should care about, and where you get it is also important.
I want to follow up to our promo discussion about how difficult it can be, blah, blah, blah. The filter lands being true bulk, being not even a cycle of cards you can put in, because I'm looking at Twilight Mire here, right? It was in Double Masters. It was in Masters 25. It was a Zendikar Expedition, right? Before it hit all these Commander set reprints. You can't even use those to fill out a rare cycle in a set at this point. They're not worth $5. They're worth literal nothing. The well of reprint equity, and just, I know Magic cards are going up in price, blah, 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 but there's a lot of stuff that is tough. It cannot be easy to design 30 promos a year across 10 different formats with different goals and target audiences. I see why it's inconsistent.
I disagree mostly because we're not asking for the power level to be consistent. We are asking for the collectability to be consistent.
But so I understand. I'm not going to get into that. Like, I'm just saying, like, because there is a lot of criticism of the promos picked a lot of times, right? Like, there was the removal spell that everyone was up in arms of. Shoot the sheriff, remember, as a big deal when people got real mad about that one existing. Why can't you just give us a playable cards, et cetera, et cetera? So that's not the only part of it that I really am thinking about.
I also think that saying that we want cards that are collectible and, like, oftentimes strong cards are desirable and are worth money, and it's really hard to produce 200 new game pieces each year that have reprint equity without completely obliterating the game through power creep. Like,
sure,
we've seen games like Yu-Gi-Oh! Burn through their design space 25 years before they needed to because they were just like, we gotta get people buying packs. And like, one thing that I will say is Wizards has done a very good job, in my estimation, pushing the boundaries enough to give us things that are desirable long-term without completely, like, they printed a card in Murders at Karlov Manor I talk about a lot called Undergrowth Recon that is, like, different Crucible of Worlds. It's obviously weaker. It's stronger in some ways.
Yep.
But, like, how do you print a card that is as desirable as Crucible of Worlds without completely invalidating it? And it's really hard. And I think saying that you just wish that there were more promos that were collectible and desirable, there is some counterplay to them only having so many game pieces a year that they can actually push without burning through power.
And now there's 7 sets a year. There's 1 million universes beyond,
right.
Secret layers with mechanically unique cards. So while there's 7 sets this year, there's also however many universes beyond that have mechanically unique cards.
I think if Baltimore's promo was a different art Spider-Man to whatever the other 7, the bag one and the poison one or whatever the spectacular, like if Baltimore's promo is just a different art Spider-Man that is borderless in some way, and then this week's Atlanta promo is like a legendary creature from Avatar that is borderless in some way, I am very happy. Doesn't have to be power level, doesn't have to be any, like, just...
Sure.
I think you could pick any card from the set, and that makes it, like, 1,000 times better.
I also think that they could do... I'm looking at... And I don't know what the promo was for Baltimore, but I'm looking at Spectacular Spider-Man.
That was the card.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not
it's
a
the
hugely
worst looking
expensive...
one.
It's not a hugely expensive card. So what made the promo different for it?
It's the worst looking of all of the versions of the Spider-Man, and that was the promo for Baltimore. The one that's not full art. The only not full art printing of that card.
It's disgusting, actually. I'm looking at it right now. It's ugly.
Yeah.
It is expensive, though.
Well, not a lot of sales.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a lot of vendors having to pay a buy list number on it because that's just what you do when you're in the room and they're handing out the promos.
Shout out to the one person this year who bought a playset. Looking at TCG Player.
That's pretty gangster, actually. Like, show up to your F&M with a playset of these.
They did. They bought 4 of them at $96 each. Good
and
for
then
them.
that person has to explain why it's cool.
I don't.
To bear.
It's ugly. It is ugly as a promo. I'm not going to lie to you. I am looking at the other Spectacular Spider-Man promos. Some of them there's a bunch of different ones that seem to all be expensive variants with different art of a different, like one of them's black suit Spider-Man or whatever. One of them's got, what is that, bag on his head Spider-Man.
Yes.
I don't fully understand.
Stealth suit, spiders, armor suit.
So you could do a cool... That would be a good way to do that, is for the promo to be a particular... they only did this, even if we think that's dumb and whatever, they only did this Spider-Man from this continuity and this for this one.
But like we were just talking about how Riftbound did this, and it's gangbusters. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's like you got to go to that event and be the Teemo player that did the best, and like that's how you get your cool. And like, if you could just go to show up into Atlanta and be like, yeah, I'll go to show up to Atlanta, like, to get this promo, like it can be the tipping point on the scales. Like, I'm not asking for them to design a new card for it.
Yeah.
I am going to a Riftbound Regional in like a month, and I am trying to decide between playing the obvious broken best deck or going on a side quest to try and win a sweet promo. Like,
well, that is such a good promotion for them because of that. It is going to give so many people, and I don't want to mean, I'm not talking about you. It is going to give so many people who kind of know that they're not going to win the tournament something to do. And I'm not just talking about because one of them will finish 37th place and get a promo. There are so many people who are out there who fanboy Teemo, that would be me, right? Who fanboy Teemo and are like, I understand that Teemo is not the best chance to win this tournament. However,
but I'm gonna be the best goddamn Teemo in the room.
It's what I want to play.
Even if there's one other guy, it's me and you, buddy, and I'm gonna be the better Teemo player.
There is, I believe it's a League of Legends pro, Frodan, I think is the name of the username for this person, who went to the last Riftbound Regional and played the worst of like the main set champions because it was just like a character he had played in League, and he won the best of promo Leona.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. That's not, I don't want to give them too much credit. It's nice that their game has that mechanic, right?
Sure.
Because it does. There is a real issue with that kind of game where because Flesh and Blood was a similar way, where it homogenizes on one character when that one character becomes such a defining part.
Wait, hang on, we're cooking. Can we torture CEDH players with this? Can we say whoever gets the best Lord of Tressorhorn win rate?
It's going there.
$300 or whatever.
It's going. I promise you, it's going there.
What? Okay, I've had this thought for a while. What if there were serialized promos for the Pro Tour and Worlds based on placement? Like top 64 promo foil. First place gets the 1 of 64.
Yeah.
I think stuff like that's cool. I think anything that creates a new avenue of collectability, because like, I'll be honest right now, the Pro Tour foil promos are fine.
When it gets down to like tiebreakers or whatever, I think you have to randomize it there.
Well, that's and if you how far you don't necessarily 69th would be worth quite a bit if you went down that far.
You can't do that. You could do top 128.
67th would also be worth quite a bit. But yeah, they do they have the day 2 Pro Tour promos or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So they do. They have something there at least.
It's just top 32 get the foils, right?
I think so. Maybe I'm honest. To be honest, I don't fully know.
I mean, the only ones of those that have ever been particularly good are the Gandalf and the Cloud, right? I mean,
the Gandalf one I know is valuable. Yeah,
good relative to what they could be. I mean, the Jace is still like $1,000.
The Red and 6 and Jace were okay.
Those were good.
The Karn was pretty bad.
Those were good at the time. Yeah. Well, there you go. This is. I think this is just a really interesting conversation because this is sort of the way the game is going. This is going to lead into my pick of the week here in a bit. But before we get there, let's check in on Lorwyn. It's the pre-release this weekend.
I am going to a pre-release for the first time since Ravnica Allegiance, maybe?
Wow. I'm hosting one, as I have done many times since then. That's exciting, DJ. What is bringing you out of the woodwork?
Well, like I talked about a couple weeks ago, my friend
Muppets?
dragged me to an LGS and got me to play Casual Commander for the first time in a similar number of years span.
DJ's becoming an old person.
Shot the invite of, hey, do you want to go to the Lorwyn pre-release? And I thought, you know what? It's between Atlanta and Portland. I guess I will touch Magic cards on a Saturday for 3 weekends in a row. And that's.
Did you have fun at the LGS?
At the Commander event? Oh yeah, I did. I got to play Garth. Oh, you weren't here last weekend. That's right. Yeah, I got to play Garth. Yeah. The LGS owner walked by and then did the reverse rewind step.
Oh hell yeah!
Look at my table. And asked what was going on with my Garth deck. I got to tell him I couldn't afford sleeves. It was great.
Okay, good for you. It's fun to play Magic. DJ's going through this. Remember when Jason went through this transition where he got old and decided that, wait, having fun is cool, actually? Crazy.
I was never curmudgeon-y, though. I've always been...
See, DJ was never a curmudgeon about it. Jason was, and me, I've never once had fun playing card games. I've only ever put my nose to the grindstone and sharpened my blade.
Or your Blitzcrank hook or whatever you're gonna play. Like,
Yeah, whatever I am. It's about the suffering, not about the fun, not about the gathering. It's about suffering.
I'm not gonna lie, that's only a little bit of a meme because I too only like to play games. Like I gotta have something on the line, right? Like if I can't hurt, it's not fun.
If I don't cry at least once, it wasn't a Magic tournament.
this is coming from the guy who banned Skullstorm in his.
That wasn't me. It was a group decision.
Did you vote? What'd you vote?
I probably voted to ban it.
He pleads the fifth. Is what he
But
does.
they were making
As his
me cut
lawyer, I'm
Protean-
advising him to shut up.
They were making me cut Protean Hulk out of my decks. Come on.
Oh, I didn't get a chance to tell you this either last week, Corbin. I threw together a new commander list.
Oh,
The premise is
Happening here.
every non-land card in the deck has to have the word command or commander in the rules
I
text.
saw this going around. I didn't know this was you.
And Skullstorm is in the 99. Beware.
Oh, let's go. It's broken. What's your commander?
The turtles. I have whatever the
Oh,
2 mana
okay,
turtle
okay.
is, and the 5 mana or the 5 color turtle. Because
Sure,
I needed
don't know.
to play 5 colors to have partners. Or I needed to play like a 5 color partner list. And
Turtles
the
and a
turtles
half
are the
shell,
only
I
5
think.
color partners in the game. Partner counts as like having commander in the rules text.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I like it.
And so if I have 2
alright.
commanders, that's twice as many commanders I can play to get my Skullstorm count up.
It's true. It's broken. You'll find out. All right, let's move on to pick of the week.
Pick of the week, pick of the week, pick of the week. Time for the pick of the week.
Because I have a good one, I believe. We'll call it a two-parter. That's what we'll do. Because
Corbin's
it's more...
like 50% to steal my pick of the week right now, I think.
Not a chance. I promise.
If it's a
I
two-parter, you
promise.
can share it.
Yeah. It's from Fallout. Because for those who don't know, who aren't reading my articles every week as they should be on tcgplayer.com, the Stranger Things cards, they didn't just spike. They hit a new it was exponential. The price of 11, the Mage, like 2 months ago before the season 5 came out, was like $10. It's now $50. Like these prices, they didn't just go up a little. They straight up got bought out. They're worth infinite. This has had me watching for Fallout because season 2 of Fallout's on right now. Haven't personally started watching it yet. They're releasing the episodes weekly. From what I understand, it's not quite as good or whatever as the first season. That said, we are starting to see the card moves. Atomize is where it started. With the rare from Universes Beyond Fallout, it has Proliferate on it, so it's not surprising with the counters and the Golgariness of it to see it start to move. But it's gone from $1 up to about $4 in the past week and a half.
I did sell out of Agent Frank or whatever his name is.
That's my actual pick of the week, DJ. Good call. Agent Frank Horrigan is gone from $1 to $2 in the past 4 days and is going to keep going up.
Yeah,
It's
mine
a
were listed
big,
for $2.99, I think, so that makes sense.
it's a big dorky 7 mana Golgari card with words on it. It says Proliferate. Fallout cards they're going to be more Fallout cards go up in price, and this is up there.
Here's a pointed question to anybody I've seen the show, but I don't know Fallout well enough. Are any characters from the show on cards in the Fallout set?
Yes.
I don't know the answer, but
Okay.
yes.
The most immediate example is Codsworth, the robot.
Sure. That makes sense. I'm sure there's going to be more, the show's going to add more of your fan favorites.
Mr. House was at the... Have you seen all of season 1?
Whoa. DJ is just about to spoil Fallout Season 1. So if you don't want spoilers for that season, fast forward 30 seconds. And we're back in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Mr. House was the guy at the table at the end of the...
Oh, I see.
He was the guy talking about, planning
So-
for the world to end or whatever, like being a part of, contributing to it. He was like...
Huge spoiler warning.
Good to know. Well, we'll see what happens, because if season 2 sucks or whatever, and no one really cares, and then they don't do a season 3, maybe it doesn't really matter. You don't see anything other than a couple of these cards go up. But as someone who follows this stuff every week, all of this pop culture existing is affecting the prices of Magic cards, and that's going to continue happening with Fallout.
I'm very bullish on Avatar on a 12-month timeline because Avatar 7 Havens is the newest Avatar show after Korra, and it is scheduled for release sometime in 2027. That's all they've said, which, in case you have been not looking at a watch or your phone recently, that is next year. 2027 is next year. Not 3 years from now, next year.
I've been thinking, and maybe I'm wrong on this stuff, but like Wasteland from Fallout, Nuka-Cola vending machine from Fallout, Crucible
I think the
Worlds
serialized
with
bobbleheads
Fallout,
are like the real play.
Farewell with the Fallout guy on it, right?
Farewell
like
with
that's
the
a
nuke button is very good.
Yeah, that's a $20 card. It's a $25 foil. Like, those are pseudo reserved list cards, and maybe I'm wrong, but those are the kind of thing that you'll see them move en masse. Like we saw it with the showcase scrolls from Lord of the Rings, with the Rings of Power Season 2. Like, all these things just kind of go in waves, and I don't know enough about the different releases and quantities to know if, like, Borderless Farewell from Universes Beyond could just go crazy and be $50 or not. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I think is really important to follow.
So here's a couple of very pointed questions about this. Supposedly this year, we're getting information. There's like a Gollum movie coming out. We're also getting the Hobbit set. We're getting the Hobbit set this summer. Should we be looking at Universes Beyond Tales of Middle-earth cards? Like how much does a serialized Sol Ring hit if that happens? How much do the holiday edition boxes hit? Right? What is a holiday edition collector box hit? They're like $2,000 right now. More than that?
Yes, they're around there. Well, and
We've
also
proven
like,
that Lord of the Rings fans don't mess around.
What does that mean? With like, is Gollum Patient Plotter gonna spike? Right? Like,
right,
is
maybe
the scene box gonna spike? I mean,
we talked a few months ago about like this in Pokemon. Cass was talking about how like people try to spike certain commons, they just can't because the supply is so insane.
Right.
There is a threshold there where it's like you can't just force things.
To me, anything that would be featured in The Hobbit that was in like There and Back Again is a card that is extremely flavorful. That is the story of The Hobbit. That card could see maybe a reprint in a commander deck, or it could just straight up not get printed and go up in price. We could also see something like Bilbo's Ring, right? Things that does it matter how much it references the specific material?
Could be like Ring Timpshu type stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
that mechanic is just pure trash, though. Like that's
don't disagree with you, but it is a parasitic mechanic where once you decide you're playing it, you want all the cards that say the Ring Timpshu, and maybe the 1 mana blue common that says draw a card the Ring Timpshu becomes $3.
I actually think that the card Samwise the Stouthearted would be my favorite Magic design of all time if it were not for the Ring Timpshu text.
Yeah, Samwise the Stouthearted. It's a 2 mana flash 2/1. It's in the Power Cube. I actually had this the other day. When it enters the battlefield, choose one target permanent card in your graveyard. Others put there from the battlefield this turn. Return it to your hand. It is a pretty sweet little card. It also then has that last line. Then the Ring Timpshu.
Yep.
Okay, that was my pick of the week. What are you all looking at?
I have a Corbin card.
I love this.
It's Merfolk related. It's Standard related.
Let's go.
It's Deep Root Pilgrimage.
Let's go. Are we going infinite?
You can go infinite if you want. I don't know if you need to. That card's in Lost Caverns of Ixalan, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Cards like under $1 right now. The entire theming for the Merfolk in Lorwyn Eclipsed is tapping and untapping. Like, Springleaf Drum is in the set. You could do the infinite stuff. You could do Fair Merfolk stuff.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Like, the whole theming of the entire typal thing being tap your creatures and then untap them. Really into Deep Root Pilgrimage. There might even be some, like, not infinite, but, like, every turn you double your board type things. There's a legendary creature that says, like, tap 2 creatures you control, copy a triggered ability.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking in that space. I know that some deck dumps I've seen have had the infinite combo with Specimen Collector, I think is what it's called, from Mirza Karlov Manor. The Agatha Soul Cauldron stuff.
Oh, you're
Deep Root
right.
Pilgrimage
That does
is-
work.
It's under $1, and it's really hard to convince me that, one, a card that creates the only hexproof tokens in Standard is a typo card for a type that's very popular and is from a 2-year-old Standard set. There's no way that card can be under $1.
Yeah.
I will add, MTG Ban has a feature that shows when the Card Kingdom buy list price is the highest that it has been in the past few months. If you look at all of the variants of Deeproot Pilgrimage, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, looks like. Counting like every foil, non-foil, extended art, non-extended art, etc. Most of these have the little star next to the Card Kingdom buy price, which means Card Kingdom is paying more on this card now than they have in the past few months for most of these versions. So when CK is bullish, take that for what you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to. It's hard to tell because Standard is so just turbo broken, right? That it's hard to tell if any of these messing around with typo decks will even be able to compete. But I certainly hope so. Lorwyn Standard the first time around was pretty fun.
It's funny, the last time I actually said the thing I'm about to say was regarding Merfolk in
Original Ixalan?
I want to say Rivals of Ixalan. It doesn't matter if it's good, it matters if people think it's good.
Yep.
Yeah, I just
think-
mean, like, is it the kind of thing where you try to play your Merfolk deck and your opponent just goes grand, removal, draw three, and you're like, cool,
I mean,
I made
it's
a
the same
token.
thing. But instead it's your opponent playing Hydrate Krasis or whatever, right?
Yeah, it is true. It was good then. That was a.
What is the
Ralph
exact
Levy
card
went
I'm
undefeated
thinking
at-
of?
Ralph Levy went undefeated at the PT with Merfolk in that time period. It was cool.
The card
All right,
I
DJ,
was
what do you-
thinking of
Oh, go ahead.
was Deeproot Elite.
Yeah, where you cast the Merfolk and you played like Jade Bearer and you just
Yep.
went really aggressive. It was cool.
Yep.
It's a cool deck. All right, DJ, what are you looking at?
My pick of the week is multifaceted in that it is both modern and pre-modern. So
Okay.
it's the entire spectrum of Magic. There's modern and there's pre-modern. This card is both. Not many cards are both. This is Claws of Gix. It is a Urza's Saga uncommon that was reprinted as the time-shifted rarity in like 2006 or whatever. And card is good in Modern Affinity. Like I said, I was looking at Mox Opal lists. This card is played in Modern as a sacrifice outlet, as a way to generate advantage just in silly ways. There's not a ton of ways to sacrifice your own lands in Modern. Like Zuran Orb is sometimes played because you can Urza Saga for it. There's just all this nonsense with this card. And it's also played in Pre-Modern because it's originally from Urza Saga. And so card is around $3 to $6 in its various printings. You, of course, because it's an Urza Saga card, you can find played copies for significantly cheaper. But those are the only two printings, Urza Saga and Time Shifted. And the foils of this card are sitting at around like 100, so not easy to find. And this is another card that has the little CK star next to it. Card Kingdom is paying more on this card now than they have in the past few months, which means the card is selling out. I used MTG Ban to find this. And if you are a pre-modern enthusiast, or if you are just somebody who likes to buy 4-ups for their various modern decks, if you don't have 4 Claws of Gix, you should probably get that fixed. I
Well,
didn't mean for that to rhyme. That was not
DJ's just
part of the
naturally
game plan.
spitting bars. Yeah. Well, there you go. I think that's a show. I also rhymed, but that one was on purpose. Just so you know. Thanks for listening, everybody. This is Brainstorm Brewery. Enjoy your Lorwyn Eclipsed pre-release. We'll see you next week. Go to patreon.com/BSB.